What's up guys, it's Liam here from A Shot of Wildlife. In today's video I'm going to show you how to turn these bamboo canes and these pieces of wood into an insect hotel like this. Let's see how it is done. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure and chop the two parts of the roof. In order to do this, I'm just going to line up the roof against the length of the full box itself, and then I'm going to use this tool. I'm not sure what it's actually called, but it's set to a right angle. So I'm going to mark it off, and what I'm doing is I'm making it so that the roof, or this piece I'm cutting at least, is going to be the same width as the whole roof itself. Now the reason for doing this is because I know that the roof is going to be a triangle, not an equilateral triangle, the other one, and this is going to be the longest side. So as long as this is as long as the longest side, it will be an overhang when it meets at the top in the right angle. Make sense? Let's see if it works. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to cut the first piece of the roof. Unfortunately, I left my saw outside, so it's gone a bit rusty, so this could take some time. Okay, so now it's time to mark the second roof. This will be the longer side. So what I'll do is I'll stick the short side up against the main block itself, and then use that length as a marker. Now I did that just so that when they are together, the right angle, it'll make it so that the overhang on both sides is exactly the same. Let's quickly cut that piece off. And almost like magic, I've got my two pieces of roof cut out. So they'll go together like this, something like that. I'll stop my hand shaking and keep it still, like that. And the main body is going to go underneath, like so. So the next thing I've got to do is start to drill the holes in the main block. So for this I'm just going to use various size drill bits, and I'm always going to drill so that where the box is going to be that way up, I'm going to drill so they're always at an angle. Okay, that just means that if it rains and the wind blows the rain towards the front of the box, it's not going to go into the holes and make whatever's in there wet. This is what we've got now. As you can see, there's lots and lots of holes sort of drilled in it. I should have mentioned earlier, but my drill bit is slightly shorter than the depth of the box, so I just went all the way in with every single drill. Okay. If your drill bit's longer, obviously be careful so that you don't go all the way through the box or the block, the block, whatever you want to call it, all the way through this. The next thing I've got to do is I've got to cut the bamboo lengths. In order to do this, I'm just going to measure against the block and mark them off with a pen. And then once I've got one piece, I'm going to use this as the measure to cut the next piece, the next piece, the next piece, the next piece. And I'm probably going to need about 30 pieces. So this is going to take 10 minutes. Let's get to work. So I've just finished cutting all the lengths of bamboo now. They're not exactly the same length, but it doesn't really matter, the insects aren't choosy, so that'll do. The next thing, after picking them up, the next thing that I'm going to do is pop a couple of pilot holes in the top of the roof, just where it comes across to the second piece. So like that. I'm just going to do it by eye and put one hole in each side. This will be to screw the roof together. Then, when that's done, I'm going to lay it on here, and again by eye, I'm going to measure where to put a pilot hole on both sides where it touches the block, and I'll do that as well before attaching this together. Right, so I've got the pilot holes all drilled now. There's 4 in this one and 2 in this one, so these 2 will go down onto the blocks there, and these 2 will go into this piece. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pop this in between the bench like so, do it up so it's right at the top, matching the top there, and I'm going to line this up onto it, making sure that the holes are actually on the other end, and I'm going to attach them together. Now I'm happy that this makes close enough to a right angle for me, and as I've said previously, I'm not too bothered about the appearance, I just want it to work. If it works, then that's fine by me. Now that the roof is a right angle, and I'm pretty happy that's close enough to a right angle, when I put it onto the block, also make sure the block's the right way up, put it on top of the block, line it up, and where I've done the pilot holes on the roof are pretty good. So I'm going to make it so that it's completely flat with the back of the block, like so, if you can see that. And then I'm just going to use a couple of screws and screw onto the roof. The screw that's going to go in the back, so there's 2 pilot holes on each side. The one at the back, I'm not going to put this all the way in, so I'm going to have it so the screws maybe ½ centimetre out still, and you'll see why a little bit later on. Let's get that done. So I've attached the roof now, and as you can see, I've left about half a centimetre out on each side. The roof is, I'd say, pretty much spot on. So the next thing I've got to do is, using a tiny piece of bamboo, wait there. Using the tiny piece of bamboo, I'm going to use a hot glue gun and tediously, one at a time, stick them in. And that's it, stick them in and keep doing. I'm going to work my way along the bottom. Gee, that's probably not the best idea, is it? I am going to work my way from one corner there, and work my way up. And yeah, I'll film it, but I'll speak to you after that's done. The whole thing's coming together pretty well now, and gluing them in took me only maybe 5 minutes. If you did it with wood glue, it would take a little bit longer, but you can use wood glue if that's all you've got. The last thing that I'm going to do, using these 2 screws that I left hanging out a little bit, and a piece of wire that I've got hanging around, you can also use string or garden twine or anything like that. I'm going to wrap it around both ends of this so it makes something to hang the box from. You'll see. Okay, so with the wire on there, the box is ready to go. If you find somewhere suitable to hang it in your garden, on a wall or on a fence or on the side of the building, preferably out of direct sunlight, the insects will use it. Some species of bees and wasps, the parasitic type, will put their prey in there and then stuff the hole and lay their eggs in it, so that's where their young develop or larvae develop. And other species such as ladybirds might use it for hibernation. Good luck, and if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like and a thumbs up, and also check out some of the other stuff on my channel. Thank you very much for watching.